and we're going.
Let's do it. What is the name of your podcast?
My podcast is called Taylor Neely Show. I thought it's not the Taylor Neely Show. It's Taylor Neely Show. I thought about changing it to...
what about Taylor Neely the Show?
Taylor Neely the Show? Oh, so the show is like its own entity.
Yeah. Put the in.
Yeah, Taylor Neely the Show. It's not the... Because there's just like Tim Dillon Show. The Tim Dillon Show is the... But Taylor Neely the show sounds like a whole production. That's sick. I like that a lot. Oh, and then there was an episode where I was thinking about calling it the Taylor Neely program.
It's like an NPR thing.
Yeah, but
TNP.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've kept it at this. I don't feel like changing it. I feel like it's good to just stick with one thing.
Yeah.
Pull that a little closer.
That's what I struggle with, sticking with one thing.
You're able to, you kind of just gotta
right there.
Finagle it. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Taylor Neely. Give it up for my guest, Donald. Is it G or Gee?
G.
Gee like the cheese.
Yeah.
G. Donald G. Is your last name just Gee?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. What is that?
It's
hold on, wait. Give it up for him. Yay!
Dude, what are the sound effects we got? That's awesome.
We got claps. We got a air horn that sounds like a balloon losing air.
Yeah. I feel like I'm back in Atlanta.
We got a guitar riff. We got alien sound.
That's very Austin.
We've got... And welcome back.
I love that one.
Yeah,
that's
like
great.
Late night TV. That's DJ. That's
90s Brooklyn.
90s black Brooklyn for sure.
I'm just making horrible references here. This is kind of bad.
No, it's okay. We go all over the place on Taylor Neely Show. It's fantastic. It's wonderful. There's really a lot of stuff gets started and never finished, and that's what I love about this podcast.
It's the weave.
It is the weave, and we never weave back though. It's a different because Donald Trump talked about the weave on Rogan and Theo Vaughn, and he weaves it back. I never quite weave it back.
It's the weave without the intelligence.
Mine's the stray. It strays off into just oblivion.
Mine's
but
the bushwhack.
The bushwhack?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds scary.
Yeah, just going into the wilderness. But G, we'll weave back. But G is it's British, but most of my family is actually Norwegian.
Oh wow. Okay, that makes sense. I thought I was Scottish for the longest time. Like my whole life growing up. Like my ancestors came over from Scotland, went to guess what? Guess where?
Atlanta.
Guess where?
Iowa?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Heck
yeah. My original family's from Iowa. Like Corridon, Iowa.
Corridon, yeah.
Yeah. It's a population of like 84.
Yeah, it's a small town.
It's tiny. And I've been,
most of Iowa's small town.
And I've been to Iowa. I went to an opera in Des Moines.
Really?
Because my cousin is my second cousin, technically, genetically, my uncle, because it's my grandpa's twin brother's son. So technically, genetically, my grandpa's twin brother is also my grandpa.
That's crazy.
Does that make sense?
I've never thought about that, but that's
what I was told. At least I got dinner. Tamar. Ruben?
Yeah, I love Tamar.
Yeah, she came in. She stayed here for like a week. She stayed with me, and we went to. It was my uncle, and it's my great uncle, and my grandpa's birthday, and we went there for just dinner. And my cousin brought up that genetically he's my uncle, and genetically my grandpa's twin brother is my grandpa.
That's hilarious. Yeah, because I guess
genetically,
if they're identical twins. But would he actually be genetically your uncle because they didn't have a child with the same woman?
That's a good point.
So he's a half uncle genetically.
Half uncle, yeah. I didn't think about that.
He's a genetic half uncle.
He's a genetic freak. She a freak. I forgot what I was thinking about just now, but that's okay.
Dude, we're straying.
Yeah. So you're in town for 3 days?
Yep.
Doing what?
So I had some meetings for a show we're going to do in March.
Yes.
I believe it's going to happen. When does this come out?
I did one yesterday with Jeremy Jonas. He's a Black Rabbit guy. And then this will come out probably... Yesterday's will come out this week. This will come out next week.
Okay, yeah, I think we should be fine. Yeah, so, in some meetings for a show that we'll be doing hopefully in March.
Fun things in the works.
Yeah, and then come hang out with some comics, and then I'll be off to New York and Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you said you've been on the road for like a year, basically.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I've been in the same place for more than a week in a year and a half.
Do you like it?
No,
or it's just a lot of
travel. I mean, I do
stability.
Yeah, I do love it. I love being able to do that. Yeah. Right, have the opportunity to do that is incredibly fun. But it makes sense why people choose like a place like New York or Austin, right? Yeah. Where you have access to so many great clubs,
Yeah.
and you can just do shows every day or every week,
Yeah.
in the same place. But like for me, being from the Midwest, right, like being based out of Des Moines or a smaller town,
Yeah.
you cannot do that and do comedy constantly. And so I sort of being in Atlanta, even Atlanta, you can't quite do it. And so I was like, all right, I will go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah. But even in Austin, it's more like it's similar to New York or LA in that you can get a lot of like 15-minute spots or like short spots, but there's not a lot of headlining spots.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people come in from out of town to do headlining spots like Creek and Cave, or Mothership has people headline. Obviously, I think Sunset probably does. All the clubs have people. Cap City has people headline, but it's also a lot of like showcase style shows.
Yeah, which is, I mean, in the week, right? Like being able to do showcase shows on a
those
Monday,
are like
Tuesday, Wednesday.
if you're like at a headlining level, those are just like your workout spots.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
There's not quite a Monday spot in Des Moines.
No, there's not. How often do you go back to Des Moines?
Probably every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, or every 2 months. I mean, my family's there. Very close with them. And when I was living in Atlanta, not that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably once every 2 or 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I just filmed like a 20, 30 minute like mini special, which is put on YouTube, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
We filmed that in my hometown, which was super fun in Des Moines. But yeah, I go back once every 2 months or so. And like, honestly, Des Moines is awesome. Like I love Des Moines. I would live, if I had kids, I would move to Des Moines in a heartbeat.
That's how I feel about Ohio. Raising a family in Ohio is great.
Yeah.
Midwest cities are great to raise kids.
Yes.
I can't imagine Austin, although I feel like Austin would be all right to raise kids in certain areas.
If you had a house.
If you have a house and it's not like New York or Los Angeles.
No.
Los Angeles and New York, I can't imagine, because when I was dating my ex-girlfriend, I've been to New York a couple times, and like seeing kids.
Shout out, what's up, Angel?
I'm sure she's watching every single episode. She blocked me on Venmo. I don't think she likes me.
That's hilarious.
But no, I saw kids like going to school in New York City. I'm like, this is great. I can't imagine growing up in New York City.
No, yeah, and also like
so many rats.
Yeah, and also the influence of a city like that. This is my personal opinion. I want to marry someone and raise kids in a place that is in the bottom third of America, so that we have upward mobility.
What do you mean by
in
bottom
terms
third?
of like opportunity, people, wealth, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think Des Moines is in the bottom third. Des Moines is probably in the top third, right? Yeah. So, but I don't want to raise kids or like have a family in the perfect environment, because then like you just get entitled to a perfect environment.
That's true.
Like I feel like raising kids in a trailer park is better than raising kids in a penthouse apartment in New York City.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's a good point. I do agree with that. Like I grew up, I would say upper middle class ish, but it was still like I was not spoiled as a kid. Like we weren't like starving, or I had like all needs met and stuff. Yeah. But I also I wasn't given everything I want. I was not spoiled.
No, yeah. My family had a distinct transition. From like lower middle class to like a tougher environment to a very nice middle class.
Did someone start making a lot more money?
No, actually, my grandparents passed away, and we had a bunch of farmland. And it's very difficult. Like owning farmland means you have a lot of money.
Yes.
But it's tied up in an asset that you can't access or monetize super effectively.
The cows.
Land. It was just land, farmland, like corn and soybeans.
No cows.
No cows.
No cows at all?
No cows.
Not even one cow.
Not even a single cow. Not even a single pig. Not even a single chicken.
No animals?
No animals. Just like acres and acres of corn and soybeans.
Just like the bunnies you probably run over with the tractors.
Yeah, a lot of death.
I hear a lot of oh my Birkenstocks are falling apart. Oh
I was trying to figure out if you were quoting someone.
Jeez.
If that's what you were hearing, or if that was...
Oh my God. I'm going to need a new pair of these. Look at that.
Get them Birks.
They're falling apart. I love these. I've had these forever.
You could super glue them.
I could super glue them. I did glue them before because I had a roommate, a schizophrenic roommate.
Really?
And he smoked crack, and it wasn't very fun. But I smoked crack with him, so it was fun and not fun at the same time. It was fun and not fun. Multiple things can be true.
Do you still smoke crack?
No.
Okay.
No.
Nice. That's
no, it's very bad. No, but I've relapsed a lot on it. It's not on this podcast. I've relapsed a lot. I'm sober for 99.9% of the time.
That's
when
great.
I relapse, it's very bad.
Yeah.
I went to the psych ward back in a month and a half ago. And
really?
That was not that bad.
Okay.
I needed to go.
Yeah.
But my schizophrenic roommate had a dog that chewed on them, and that's why there's glue on this one, because he chewed on them.
Yeah. It's weird for me, like getting used to inside dogs.
Yes.
Because like, I don't know, in Iowa, I mean, people obviously
Hey, you want to see some inside dogs? That's an inside dog. That's an inside dog right now.
But like in Iowa, like, I mean, obviously people did have inside dogs in like suburbs, whatever, but like a lot of the dogs are just like outside dogs. Like if they're chewing on your stuff in your house, it's kind of your fault.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of would like an indoor outdoor cat.
yeah.
But I can't do that here. I can't put a cat door on my door.
We had that and then they just disappeared.
They're gone?
They're gone.
Coyotes.
Those are the only pets I have growing up. Pumpkin and Jerry were their two names.
Oh.
And we went on vacation for 2 days, came back, gone.
You didn't think of naming them Tom and Jerry?
Well, I was 5.
Okay.
Yeah. One was orange.
Oh, yeah, okay, Pumpkin is. Orange cats, have you heard of the orange cat complex?
No.
Orange cats are crazy.
Really?
Yeah, they
kind of like gingers?
They run amok. Yeah, gingers and orange cats are super crazy.
Yeah, something
I think gingers and orange cats both have the similar gene.
Yeah.
It's the only human cat crossover gene.
Yeah, it's a brain function thing. Yeah. Orange hair just go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They're incredible.
Yeah.
Orange cats, gingers, all of them.
Ooh, yeah. There are some ginger porn stars. I'm like, ooh, she's sexy.
Taylor's just like, yeah, let's get the cleanish comic. Let's go straight.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Not porn. I meant a mattress actress.
Yeah,
that's a term now apparently.
Really?
Mattress actress. That's like the clean term for.
I mean, it's very descriptive.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It sounds nice.
Yeah, it sounds nice, and then you watch like this is not nice. This is very dirty.
I mean, I guess some of it could be nice, but
yes. What is like you're a clean comedian.
Typically, yeah.
What is your like? Why?
I mean, I think for me,
you don't want to go to hell.
Yeah, I mean, hell, it's tough. Going to hell, I've thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think for me, really, it was just like, that's just like what I found funny growing up.
Yes.
And obviously growing up in an environment where like, Nate Bargatze has a great joke about it, but it's true. Like, I couldn't say sucks.
Yeah.
Like that was bad.
What about crap?
Absolutely not.
Shoot?
No. I wasn't like, you couldn't
heck.
Heck.
What about hell?
Darn. No, hell was off.
Whoa,
hell was off limits.
Yeah.
Hell is off limits currently still.
Yeah. We'll bleep it.
Yeah. And yes, like that's just kind of what I grew up finding funny. Mm-hmm. And I also like, I have literally nothing against any form of comedy. I love it all. Like some of our friends, like, Jay, obviously Jay Badlani.
Yes.
Huge fan of his comedy. And like blue comedy, love it. But just for me, like the style of comedy I like the most for myself, feel most comfortable with and feels most genuine to me. Well, I think it was really genuineness because like I grew up and like who I am was not very blue, not very exposed to that. And so like just genuinely who I was kind of in that vein.
The thing about like a really good clean comic, you don't even notice they're clean.
Exactly.
Like Nate, Dusty Slay, I love Dusty Slay. You don't even notice.
So funny.
You don't even notice they're clean.
Dude, my most embarrassing comedy moment was when I did a guest spot for Dusty and did not do well.
Oh.
I was deeply sad.
We're at Zany's?
It was a Funny Bone in Des Moines.
Oh, okay.
Because like I literally met him in Nashville and he's like, oh yeah, dude, absolutely. And then I went up and did 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And his audience just didn't like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily bad. It wasn't a bomb. But if you have a 5-minute spot for someone you really respect, you have to kill.
Yeah, of course.
And I did not.
And his crowds are typically hot, so.
Yeah, it was not the crowd's fault. It was, I will blame myself on that one. But he was super nice about it.
Yeah. Did you get paid?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, hey, you got a stage time, I guess.
Yeah. No, but he was great. And I'm hoping that next time.
Yes.
Next time, go up there and do.
That's cool. Are you doing? So you do you talk about Louie outside of Louie?
Oh yeah.
Are you so you do a character named Louis Laurent?
I do.
And he's French.
He is very French, and he's not clean. Funnily enough.
Oh wow, no. Okay, but he's a different guy. He's not you.
He's not me.
He's a different guy.
Yeah.
What's the news station he works for?
Canal News.
Canal.
Yeah.
Or Canal.
Canal. Canal.
Canal.
Literally in French translates to news channel.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like news.
News. Wait. Just news channel, but it's the wrong type of channel. It's like the channel you dig for water.
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, okay, so like, because it's French, they flip it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So what in French if you are saying, oh, I need to flip it, change it to the news channel, would you say change it to the channel news?
Yeah, you would say, je vais voir le... I actually don't know the word for TV channel.
No.
I don't know that. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but like I think the version that Canal News literally means like news channel.
Yes.
And you do flip it, right?
Yeah.
So you would say channel news. But yeah, the channel I chose for this fake French news company is a
news about a body of water.
Yeah, news about a moving short
bottle of. Are channels all man-made?
Yeah.
The Panama Canal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The wait, is it channel? Wait,
Two
Canal
different
News.
words. Yeah, Canal News. Yeah.
Because the Panama Canal is man-made.
Yeah.
A lot of people died making that.
A ton. I met a girl from Panama yesterday, actually.
Was she cute?
Here in Austin. She was very cute.
Would you give her a kiss?
I mean, yeah.
If she let you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Maybe the date went good. That's not dirty. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They went good.
A date went good.
If you went and got out a big spaghetti dinner.
Yeah.
And you ate so much spaghetti.
We ate pizza.
You ate so much. Well, I said spaghetti. Okay, and you ate pizza?
Yeah, we had pizza.
So you ate pizza and spaghetti.
No pizza, but we don't spaghetti.
Oh, you actually went and got pizza.
We actually went and got pizza.
Was it a date?
I guess it was her birthday, and she didn't like her friends. So
how'd you meet her?
She walked. Well, it was when we were at
last night.
Yeah, at the pool
after Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the girl walked up and she's like, "Have you seen my friends?" And I'm like, "No." And then we started talking, and then
have you seen my friends? Why would you know who her friends are?
Because her friends were talking to me before.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she was French.
No, she was
Panamanian. Did she have an accent?
No.
But you didn't kiss.
I did not.
But you had pizza.
We did.
Wow.
I'm a good boy.
I was well, you didn't. You don't have to kiss her.
Yeah.
She might have wanted to kiss you, but you don't have to kiss her.
Yeah, I said.
Second date?
Maybe next time I'm in Austin.
Yeah.
You never know.
Did you get her number?
Yeah.
Whoa. Because I was saying like if you met because I was making up a fake scenario where you get spaghetti together.
Yeah. I'm down for spaghetti.
Get spaghetti with the what's her name?
Ginger.
Shout out Ginger.
What's up, Ginger?
That's pretty cool. Impromptu date.
Yeah, I've found that the girls in Austin are very forward.
Yeah.
I've never had more women tell me things.
Nice things?
Yeah, than I've had in the past 3 days.
What'd she say?
Well, her friend just came up and was like, "You're super hot."
Oh, wow.
But I was in character as Louie during that time.
Yeah.
So her friend came up to me and I was in character. And then when she came up to me, I was like, I broke character because she came up separately. And I was like, I don't want to go on a date in character. That seems very unethical.
Yeah.
Which I almost did before. Yeah. Which was a crazy story. Going on a date in character, not great.
I feel disingenuous.
Horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually go through
unless you're making content.
But even still, like,
because you could, you interviewed Vivek. That was kind of a date.
Yeah. Me and Vivek, we go.
You kind of went
real romantic.
You kind of went on a date with.
I was deeply romantically interested in Vivek.
Who isn't?
Vivek Ramaswamy, top tier, dude. I would have gone on a date. I would have kissed Vivek.
Who's your wouldn't we all?
I think the thing for me though is like if there is actual romantic intent on the part of someone, I wouldn't want to go on a date in character and be disingenuous about that. But as me, in sometimes when I have like interviewed Marco Rubio or when I interviewed Vivek, like I totally made sexual innuendo with them, with the intent of taking that as far as I could.
Who's the what politician have you interviewed that's been the most like regular guy?
Trump.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wait, did you interview him or you just met him?
I tried to, so we were really close. We were at the Fox News town hall in Iowa for the Iowa caucus. Yeah. And I got in. Yeah. And I actually had the mic to ask a question in character. Yeah. But then they cut it right before both nights, which was super sad. But they didn't know. They didn't figure it out. And so I walk up to Trump afterwards. My camera guy's behind me. And I went up and I was like, "Mr. Trump, when are you going to lock up Hillary?" Yeah. And he was like, came over because like that was like the baiting question because he would want to answer that, right? And we shook hands. He's like, "Oh, haha, soon." But the Secret Service like bat down the camera right as the guy bring it up, so we couldn't actually get the interview
because they thought the camera was a gun.
I mean, or like they just didn't want.
Right.
They didn't want someone who was pretending to be a fake reporter getting something bad, right? Which was spot on.
You could probably make a camera into a gun.
Oh, yeah. A real camera? Absolutely.
You could have a gun inside there.
Oh, yeah. Or some sort of weapon.
Yeah. A knife.
Yeah, or like a knife that shoots out.
A knife that shoots out guns.
Yeah. But yeah, he was super like nice. He like talked with every single person they wanted to talk to.
Vivek lives in my hometown.
Really?
Upper Arlington, Ohio.
Vivek lives in Ohio?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He lives in Upper Arlington, Ohio. He's really close to my grandparents.
Yeah. Also, crazy thing, and I recognize that this is their job. All of the politicians that I've interviewed in character, I don't have anything negative to say.
Yeah.
Except for several congressmen.
Yeah.
Some of the congressmen that I interviewed.
Yeah, friggin' Democrats, huh?
No, most of them were Republican, but
yeah.
a lot of the congressmen that I interviewed, annoying, rude.
Yeah.
They would not there was one guy. I got kicked off the Capitol grounds a lot.
Yeah.
Because I would go up to these congresspeople and be like, "Hello, can I ask you a question for the French news?"
Yeah.
And one guy would just not answer me, and so I just walked with him to his office.
Yeah.
Just being like, "Okay, so I would ask a question, he wouldn't respond. I'd be like, so well, might someone ask a question if they were to ask you a question?" Yeah. And I was like, and then he didn't answer. I was like, "So what is an appropriate way to ask a congressman a question? Do you ever have people ask you questions?" Yeah. And just I was annoying. I was definitely annoying.
Yeah.
And then he was super not nice about it, and I told the Capitol Police that I was harassing him.
Oh, harassment.
So then they found they would get me off property real quick.
Well,
but Vivek Ramaswamy, Trump, Biden, Marco Rubio, Josh Hawley.
Did you meet Biden?
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, Biden was crazy. They were all very nice.
Yeah.
very personable. I'm not saying anything about the politics, but they were very
politics
personable.
aside.
Yeah.
The high ups are probably good at being nice.
Yeah.
Some do questionable things.
Biden was hilarious. Dude.
Really?
Yeah.
How long did you talk to him?
Only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
This was even before I was in the Louie stuff.
Yeah.
I was just kind of testing out how could I get into this, whatever. And I went with a friend of mine whose name is Kyle.
Yeah.
Who he's a 6'3", so a little bit taller than me.
Yeah.
Black guy, beautiful, built, great looking dude. And he was wearing a white shirt and a backpack. And so his shirt was pulled pretty tight on his chest and abs. So you could literally see his pecs and his abs through his shirt.
Ooh, sexy guy.
Yeah. So we're waiting for Biden to talk.
Yeah.
I talked with Biden for a second. Oh, hello, Mr. President, whatever. I wasn't even trying to film or get stuff. I was just seeing if I could get into these kinds of events. Right. And then we talk, nice conversation. And then Biden looks at Kyle, literally takes both of his hands, punches him right in the nipples and says, "Nice pecs, son."
Hilarious.
And Kyle's just there in shock, wait, what?
Joe Biden just punched me.
Our president just punched my pec. So, and we have a video of that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very on brand for Biden. Wow. But they were all super nice. I literally nothing bad to say. I felt bad about deceiving Vivek because he was so nice. Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
It's pretty cool. That's crazy. That's a whole crazy realm that you've fallen into.
Yeah. I didn't expect it.
Yeah. What did you what did you want to be as a kid?
What I want to be as a kid?
Yes. What's the first job you thought you might be?
Musician.
Yeah.
And comedian. I think my entire life I've always loved music and comedy.
Yeah. Music or comedy, Good Cop, Bad Cop.
Yeah.
It's good. When they do that, I'm like, man, that looks like so much fun.
It is a blast. Yeah.
It looks like so much fun. And I was at,
oh, fuck.
Your legs?
Oh, dude, my legs from basketball.
Playing a little b-ball.
Oh my gosh. Comedian basketball, don't do it. We're all horrible, and it's so physical.
I'm trying to get a comedian. I want a comedian softball league.
I think that'd be
so much fun.
Comedian kickball league.
That'd be fun too. In Atlanta, we did a field day thing. Alex Libby would organize a field day thing.
Really?
We'd do kickball and pick up sticks and tag, freeze tag.
Pick up sticks is crazy.
There was football. We had the tire on fire. See if you can put it out because tire fires they last forever.
Yeah. The rubber.
I wonder why.
Well, it's the chemical property. As the tire burns, it gets easier to burn, and so it'll just last a long time because it really only burns once it kind of melts.
Yeah.
And so as more melts, it continues burning like a candle.
How long would it take to light a tire on fire though? Because you can't just if you hold up a blowtorch to it, it's going to take a while to light it, right?
Yeah. It takes. I mean, I think the blowtorch could.
If you doused it in gasoline, do you think that would keep it lit, or would the gasoline burn off before it lit?
I've never lit a tire. I've seen tires on fire, but
movies.
Well, on the road.
Oh, really?
I was driving in the highway in Atlanta, which crazy, obviously driving in general.
Yeah.
But I was driving with Alban, my girlfriend from France, who you met.
Is she still your girlfriend?
She is not.
Where'd she go? She went back to France.
Had to go back to France.
She got deported.
She did, yeah.
Did she really?
I called her and I deported her.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I wanted to have a free flight home.
Crazy. Oh, man.
Her visa was up, and I was like, "You want a free flight home?"
Yeah.
I called and they deported her.
She went back to France though.
Yeah.
She just visa got up.
Yeah, she had a year and a half visa.
Okay.
And had to go back, and she
That's extremely long distance.
It is, yeah. I mean, she's the best. She's an amazing, incredible person.
Yeah.
But
you were pretending to be a French guy the whole time.
Yeah. A lot of inspiration. But we were driving on the highway in Atlanta, and there's this car in front of us that's kind of weaving. Like his tires were getting flat and flatter, so I just kind of like was zooming past him because I don't want this. His tires getting flatter and flatter and flatter, and then just the back tube burst into flames.
What the heck?
Literally flew off, burst into flames.
Why?
I don't know what he was doing.
What the heck?
It was crazy.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Was it a car, a truck?
It was a truck, a small truck, like a Toyota. Like
Tacoma.
What
the heck?
Yeah, not well maintained, obviously.
I guess not. Some people neglect their cars forever.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good about the maintenance. I need to service my differentials on my truck.
What is the differential?
The differential is so if you have a 2-wheel drive vehicle that's rear-wheel drive, your differential is what the drive shaft connects from the transmission to the differential. The differential is this round-shaped thing that then the I don't know what they're called. They go to the wheels, and that's when you see the back of a truck. It's like this round thing that's shaped like it's a box. There's gears inside of there.
Do you like cars? You like working with cars?
Yes.
That's awesome, dude.
And that spins the wheels, the differential. And but then a front wheel drive car doesn't have a differential. I don't know how it does that. But then a 2-wheel drive, like my truck is 4-wheel drive, so it also has a differential in the front. And inside the differential, there's diff fluid, like you know how there's oil in an engine.
Yeah.
It's just like oil for a differential. Transmission has fluid.
Yeah.
I got my transmission fluid changed recently, but I need to do the differential fluid. I could do that myself, but
that's cool, dude. I wish if I had an infinite number of lives, I would love to like work on classic cars.
Yeah, I would too. I would.
Really cool.
I had before my current truck. I had 2 vehicles for a while. I had a fun car and then a work car.
Really?
And then it just
that's the dream, dude.
Well, I had a supercharged Ford Mustang. I had it for 3 months, and I crashed it. I bombed 3 mics in a row, and then I crashed it.
Oh no!
It was a horrible night.
That is really sad.
But I didn't need. Honestly, I was paying too much money for it, and I crashed it and they paid it off because I had gap coverage. But it also fucked my insurance. So my insurance has been fucked ever since I crashed the Mustang.
Really? Yeah.
It's a little bit better now, but it's still, insurance is a scam. All insurance is a scam.
Yeah, I don't believe in it. I would like to create my own insurance company with just friends and family.
So it's a company that only has like a few clients?
Yeah, so it's like a private insurance company where you have like, let's just say you have 50 people that you trust who all make a lot of money.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
What?
And so like probably not for health insurance, but like for housing, cars, whatever. And then it's just like, yeah, guys, don't crash your cars. And if someone's house gets ruined or whatever, then you have to, there'd be a lot of math behind it.
Your premium would be really high.
Well, no. You don't pay anything, right? And then if your house gets destroyed by a tornado, everyone pitches in and helps you get a new house.
So 50 people.
Because like the whole point of insurance is to reduce risk, right? And so if you have 50 people who you all make a good living.
Yes.
And you all trust each other.
What's a good living? $25,000 a year?
Like, I don't know, 150 to 200.
Yeah.
If you're like, this only makes sense for people who have a significant amount of wealth.
Yeah.
And people who really trust each other.
Yeah.
And also live in disparate parts of the country, right? So you reduce your risk, and then you're not paying insurance companies these crazy premiums and whatever for cars and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not actually a good idea, but it is one that I dream about and I wish I could do.
Are you like a business guy?
I love it. Yeah, I actually really like it.
You're like a business guy. What'd you go to college for?
So my undergrad degree was civil engineering.
Whoa.
And then I got a master's in public policy.
What? What is public policy? You have a master's degree?
Yeah.
What?
And I do comedy.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
You have a master's degree?
Yeah.
What? Why?
So I got a scholarship to Georgia Tech.
Wait. How old are you?
25.
You have a master's degree and you're 25?
Yeah. So
I'm so confused. When did you, so you got your undergrad in civil engineering, just like bridges.
Yep. Bridges, roads.
And roads. And
all the constructed environment.
I shadowed a civil engineer in middle school, and we played this computer game where you would build bridges, and mine kept collapsing.
Not enough support.
I just tried to make them. I just didn't. No, they kept collapsing. Semis kept making it collapse.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I probably wouldn't be very good at building bridges anyway. Like there's like so many parts of civil engineering.
Yeah.
I didn't do structural. I did like environmental.
Both my brothers, my one brother is a mechanical engineer.
Really?
And then my other brother is an energy engineer.
Heck yeah.
Wait, what's your PhD master's in?
So the master's was, it's called the Masters of Energy, Environment, and Sustainability Management, but in public policy. So effectively, how do you implement large-scale sustainability infrastructure in a public policy sense?
What?
Yeah, it was like very specific. It was a great degree.
How long did you take to get that degree?
So I did my undergrad degree in 3 years, and then I did the master's in 1.
Wow. I didn't know a master's you could get so quick.
Yeah, this was, is
it all from Georgia Tech?
Yeah, Georgia Tech. Yeah. So I had, effectively, after high school, I worked at a factory, and I was like, wow, this is horrible.
Ooh, hot dog factory?
No, it was a seed quality
Boring.
testing. Yeah, it was.
Go try the hot dog factory. Don't talk to me till I have my morning hot dog factory.
But yeah, so I did that. I was like, wow, this is horrible. I do not want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And so I just really worked on my application to college, and I ended up getting a scholarship to a couple different universities, and Georgia Tech offered me one, and I was like, all right, how do I pack in everything I possibly can into these 4 years? Yeah. And so that was engineering and a master's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's wild. My brother worked in a cement factory.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, factories are tough. Shout out to factory workers, because like those guys are working. Like when I was at that factory, I would have to wake up like 5:30, right? Get to this place. If you're not at this place by like 6:15, work started at 6:30. But if you weren't there by 6:15, it was like an infraction. And then if you had 2 infractions, you were fired.
What?
And and then you'd work from 6:30 until like 4:30. Yeah. And there were like mandatory breaks you'd have to take. Like it was hard.
And you probably can't have your phone or anything, right?
No, if you brought your phone out on the line, again, infraction, you get 2 infractions, you're fired. If you texted and drove on campus in any way, shape, or form, or broke any safety rule, you were had an infraction, and then 2, and you were fired. I saw 10 people get fired in a summer.
Working in like a FedEx facility, a UPS facility, Amazon facility, it sounds awful. Yeah. It doesn't sound, and obviously Amazon doesn't have unions. They're very anti-union. So they just, Amazon can pay them way less. And there's also people like trying to make, some guy, he was on Theo Vaughn's podcast, but he made the first successful Amazon union in New York or something. Really? But unions, I don't know anything about, are unions good or bad?
I think it's really dependent upon the union. Unions have created.
Is there a hot dog union?
I don't know.
Hot dog factory union?
I don't think there's a hot dog factory
union. Oscar
union.
Mayer.
Actually,
union?
there probably is a meat packers union.
There must be.
There's got to be.
Because there's a
lot of meat packers out there.
There's a carpenter's
You've got
union
some experience.
With meat packing?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't. There's a, near here, there's a carpenter's union. Just close to my apartment.
One of my best friends is like a semi-carpenter, and he's great.
Unions, like, they just like make sure people get paid well.
Yeah, I mean, unions do a lot of great work. I think the hard thing with unions is, like, as with any large organization, it can easily be corrupted by people with vested interests or whatever. So, like, I think, but overall, like, man, like, unions created the 40-hour work week. They created vacation, like all that. Like, I
think 40-hour work week. I think. Like, doesn't Bernie Sanders think we should have a much less, like a 30-hour work week?
Yeah, a 4-day work week.
I think
so 32 hours.
Do you think that's good?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I feel like people will get more done. 8 hours, because I work typically. Today I worked from 9:45 to 4:40, which is 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. I worked 7 hours. Usually I work like 6. Yeah, and I think that's good. 6 hours. 6 hours is. I feel like I can focus for 6 hours more than I can focus for 8.
Yeah, I mean, I think the full-time thing is literally just a societal choice. Yeah. Of how much do we expect people to put effort in? Yeah. And that has been drastically reducing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least American society is at a weird point, like culmination of like, it definitely, I mean, I think I was listening to something, Jimmy Dore was talking, you know Jimmy Dore? He's a libertarian. I really like his podcast. Kurt Metzger is like the producer on there. It's good. He was just on Tucker Carlson's podcast.
Wait, I think I did a show with Jimmy Dore.
You might have.
At the Libertarian National
Probably.
Convention. Yeah.
Probably. He's a big libertarian.
If we had a picture of him, I might know him.
Probably.
I love the Libertarians.
He's been on Rogan a lot.
They're so funny.
They seem fun.
They're awesome. That was a fun time.
I bet. It's just, it's annoying how you're like, oh, libertarian ideas seem good, and then people on the left are like, no, you're conservative. Like, no, I didn't say that. I literally said I'm libertarian.
You want small government. Literally, you want small government. Reduce government. That's a fundamental tenet. Just reduce government size. Yeah,
but if you say that to some people, they're like, nope, you're conservative. What are you talking about? What was I saying about? Oh no, Jimmy Dore was saying we've basically been like in an oligarchy for a while, and like it feels like just basically billionaires are in charge and stuff.
Yeah, which makes sense, right? If you're able to generate that amount of resources, and then you can deploy them to have political power, like it's going to be.
But when I think of oligarchy, I think of Russia.
Yeah,
and oligarchy makes me think of oil.
Because it sounds like it.
Yeah, it's oligarchy.
Dude, I have had the exact same thought before. Like oligarchy totally feels like Russian oil billionaires controlling everything. Yeah. And honestly, I think in Russia, a significant amount of the oligarchy is from oil.
Probably. I wonder what it's like to being a billionaire. Sounds so. I mean, that's a different.
I don't want that
experience of life.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Being able to afford, you just buy a Rolls Royce easily, just like that. It's just your experience of life just must be so weird. It's so different. That level of wealth must be so crazy.
That kind of responsibility to me is
have a yacht. Thing. Yeah. Well, yeah. And then like that's it. I don't think it'd be good to be a billionaire's kid.
No.
That's why so many of them are just bad.
Yeah, and struggle with a lot.
Yeah, and they don't like.
That's what I was saying about the New York thing, right? If you're like growing up in a penthouse, like where do you go from there? How do you build a better life than you were? Like that's the whole thing. Like the beautiful thing about human progression is like giving a better life to your kids.
Yeah,
and it's like better to be born in a like not actually, but in some ways, it's better to be born in a trailer park than it is in a penthouse.
Yeah, because it gives you. I mean, working for stuff is probably better.
Yeah, well, I feel like also trailer park with a good family.
I don't want to work for stuff. I want $1 million for free, but it is better to work for stuff.
Yeah, dude. Billionaire. I don't think I would ever want. I mean, obviously, if I created something that was that meaningful to the world, right? Because like people get mad at billionaires, which I don't necessarily think is.
Yeah, like just spitballing here, like a hot dog factory that doesn't need people.
Yeah. Actually, right? Yeah. You build a fully automatic hot dog factory that produces hot dogs for less than a cent each or whatever.
Yeah.
And then people love hot dogs.
Not my hot dogs. My hot dogs are premium.
Yeah, you're going to
be... my hot dog factory makes premium hot dogs.
Yeah, but they're premium hot dogs that cost you less than a cent and you can sell them for $5.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
I did a smart business thing today I was very proud of.
Really?
Because I haven't done it before. But so for... this first job I was at today, the client, she had me mount this console under a TV, and I had to use 10 of these toggleable anchors that you got to drill a 1/2-inch hole in the wall, and you push them in, and then they grab onto the back of the drywall. They can hold a lot of weight. I had to use 10 of them, and I bought them kind of in bulk. It was probably like $60 for a lot of them, but then I used 10, and I charged her $5 per anchor. And I was just like, oh, cool. That's how you make money.
Yeah. I mean,
What's that upcharge? Yeah, it's an upcharge, I guess. But I was like, I had to use the anchors, but I didn't, because I can write off those anchors at the end of the year, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I can also charge for these anchors.
That is a weird thing too in comedy, where it's like, what do you write off? What do you not? What counts as a part of your, like, I don't want to cheat the taxes, but also like if you're running a business,
yes,
you got to keep track of it. And that's hard for me.
I've worked for myself for like 5 years, and I'm probably way too loose with all that stuff.
The IRS is like listening to this, like, oh, Taylor Neely.
No, I had Gilbert do my taxes. He did them. I trust him.
Gilbert
Lawland.
Who's that?
Gilbert, Atlanta comic.
Really?
He's hilarious.
I don't know if I know Gilbert.
He's also a CPA.
I 100% thought you were referring to like the cartoon character Dilbert for a second.
Gilbert Gottfried.
He's
my accountant.
Okay.
Well, he's dead now, so he's not. Dilbert, the cartoon, is my accountant.
Yeah. That's a great cartoon.
I wish a cartoon could be my accountant.
That cartoon was one of the things that inspired me to never have an office job.
A fucking office job.
It's terrifying.
I couldn't. I worked in an office. I worked at a dentist office. I was a marketing assistant, and I hated it.
Really?
I hated going 8 to 5. What the hell?
It's tough.
I had to have an hour lunch every day at 8 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Too early.
Yeah. And it's like, it can be a beautiful thing if you like the people you work in an office with.
Yeah,
like
if you're passionate about it. I was not passionate about working in a dentist office. Being a marketing
You got great teeth, though.
Thank you. I just, but.
What an odd compliment.
Great teeth.
Yeah, we'll both smile big for the camera.
Oh, shut up. They're really happy about this.
Yeah, they're loving it. They're into the teeth.
That one doesn't stop clapping.
Normally, no one's into teeth.
I try to take care of my teeth. Do you try to take care of yours?
Oh yeah, I had braces for like 13 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's too many years.
It was horrible. I had an underbite.
That's like half your life.
Yeah, dude. I had an underbite.
Goodness.
It's longer than half my life.
Yeah.
I had an underbite for like when I was a kid, and then they
that's half.
put me in
25 is 25,
yeah. And then I had like retainers and then braces and then retainers again and then braces again in college.
Yeah.
Dude, what an interesting transition. I went from I'd spent a year right before college. I got super fit.
Wait, did you say you had braces in college?
In college.
That's awful.
Yeah, so I got super fit, went to college, like I was feeling like,
because you know who probably doesn't like a guy with braces?
Women.
Girls.
Yeah. So I went into college my freshman year.
Adult girls.
Felt very attractive or whatever.
Yeah.
And then my sophomore year, got braces. I got kind of fat, and I got my hair super long. And I literally had
you kind of did that to yourself.
I had a glow down.
Yeah, you
I had
did.
a deep glow down.
Oh my goodness.
And I looked at myself one day in the mirror after the girl I was dating, we broke up because we met during the glow up phase. Yeah. And then I had a deep glow down phase with her.
Oh.
And she also had a glow down. And and
you were in it together.
We were in solidarity with our glow down.
Yeah.
And
you get fat, I get fat too.
Yeah, exactly. And then I looked at myself and I realized people were treating me differently.
Yeah.
Like the level of like people would just say yes to stuff. Before I was like, I literally thought the world was nicer.
Yeah.
I got uglier. And then I was like, wow, the world's kind of mean.
This is crazy.
And I thought about it and I was talking with my brother and he's like, yeah, dude, because you're like ugly. I was like, wait, what? I didn't notice it because I was like at Georgia Tech just studying. Like that's all I was doing. I would go home, people would treat me differently. And I was like, well, all right, I guess you gotta improve.
Yeah.
And literally.
How'd you get fat?
I ate Ben & Jerry's every single day for about a year.
I could do that.
Dude, I ate Ben & Jerry's for breakfast.
Okay, well that's insane. You had ice cream for breakfast?
Dude.
Ice cream is not a breakfast food.
Sophomore year of college, not a great year for me.
Oh my God, I got some good things in the fridge though. I got at the CVS near my apartment, they sell Girl Scout cookie Thin Mint ice cream sandwiches.
Really?
They're incredible.
That sounds amazing.
Goodness gracious.
Dude, I'm such an ice cream fan. Also, shout out to my friend.
Shout out to ice cream.
Shout out to my friend Noah, who has literally the best ice cream I've ever had. Dirty Spoon.
Does he have a ice cream business?
Yeah, he does.
I gotta try. Is it a big one or is it like a niche? It's a small one.
Right now, it's only in New York City. But when you go, it's in a bunch of local grocery stores.
Noah, send me some dang ice cream.
No, dude, it is amazing.
Please.
It's also
Dirty Spoon.
It is objectively one of the best ice creams I've had.
I almost swore and I didn't.
And
that's how much I care about you. Said don't swear.
you don't worry. You've done it in the podcast already.
Did I?
Yeah.
When?
I don't remember.
Dang it.
I do not care. Okay, I literally do not
care.
Care.
As long as you don't swear, we're good.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I don't have to swear, but I just I don't in general. But yeah, dude, this ice cream, it is non-dairy. It's like vegan ice cream. And it is objectively as good as Ben & Jerry's. I'm not, Ben & Jerry's for me is the gold standard.
Ben & Jerry's is delicious, but it's not the best in the world.
I think it is.
I do like American Dream. American Dream is
one the Tonight Dough, dude. That is gotta be.
Have you had Cherry Garcia?
I don't like.
Bro,
I don't like cherry.
I don't. You know what? I didn't for a long time, and then I did as an adult. I had my first cherry like a year ago, and my first cherry in my life, and it was delicious. And then Cherry Garcia is good.
Oh, I love cherries. I just don't like cherry flavored stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. Cherry Garcia. Well, why Cherry Garcia isn't my favorite? Because it's a healthy ice cream. It's very good for you.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good for you. Ice cream. It's like eating vegetables. But American Dream is unhealthy.
Yeah. The Tonight Dough is the most unhealthy thing, and it is the best thing I've ever had.
That's the Jimmy Fallon one.
This is Jimmy Fallon, but the Dirty Spoon is actually it's like a superfood, right? Because it's all natural stuff. It's like cashews, coconut,
like it's wearing a cape.
Yeah, dude. Well, it's literally the logo is a penguin in a cape.
That's awesome.
It's adorable, but it's really good, and it's like good food for you. You know, like sometimes you
eat ice cream is.
Yeah. Like it has sugar.
Like
it's
you can
natural
eat that for breakfast.
Cane sugar. I would eat it for breakfast.
Crazy.
I shouldn't. But I would.
I don't eat a lot of breakfast.
I don't eat anymore either.
I usually my first meal of the day is usually lunch. And if I have breakfast, it's usually on a day off. I'll make myself brunch. And then if I make myself brunch, guess what happens after brunch? A little nap. Not always, but if I eat too much for brunch, like if I go out to brunch, like if I do a morning thing and then I go out to brunch and I eat in Atlanta original Pancake House is quite delicious.
It's very good. Yeah.
They had
on the Beltline.
There's multiple of them.
Okay.
I was the one at Candler. No, not Candler.
Candler Park.
No, Candler. It wasn't Candler. It was Chastain.
Okay.
It was the Chastain location, and they had some kind of eggs Benedict. It was like a hash eggs Benedict. It was really good.
Yeah.
And then
dude, hash browns egg Benedict sounds amazing.
Yeah, but it was like a hash, like the beef hash or something. Mm-hmm. And then I would get crepes with it, and I would be so full and so sleepy.
Yeah, brunch will do it too. A side of my family, one half of them are, which I am very similar to, are very obese. Nice. In general.
Hell yeah. And that's not a swear. Hell's not a swear.
No, it's not. No, but like, no, actually, they're not all like. To be fair, a lot of them have gotten really fit in the past couple of years. But like, picking up weight was easy for them to do. Super easy for me to do. I'm just like have that genetic.
Yeah,
lineage.
some people are more easy. Just their genetics, you get fat easy.
Yeah, so like I literally every day I eat after like 2 p.m.
Yeah,
I eat like 1 or 2 meals.
Yes,
and I will be 225 pounds in a like eating 2,000 calories a day, even though I'm 225 pounds and exercise a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like it's and to be fair, my calorie count's probably just off. I'm probably just lying right now.
I'm lucky. I don't struggle with weight at all.
Really?
I can't. I think I have a fast metabolism because I grew up playing. I don't know if you agree with this, but I think because I played sports, like 3 sports from kindergarten until 8th grade, and then 2 sports in high school. And I think that definitely. Do you think if you do like strenuous exercise from a young age, do you think your metabolism develops that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I think that set me up. Like if I go back to the gym consistently, I put on muscle pretty quick. I can get back in shape pretty easily.
Yeah, I can gain and lose it pretty easily as well. But like, it's just so easy for me to gain weight that I kind of have to constantly think about what I'm eating. Yeah. And also, and I do poorly. Like I eat ice cream so much. Like I love it.
Ice cream's the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
Ice cream's so good.
Yeah. So I try and eat as healthy as humanly possible, as I can. So that when I do mess up, it's okay.
I've been working on this. It's a new joke. I was talking about because I used to do a lot of hard drugs and drink. I don't do that anymore. And when you give up all that stuff, you develop a big sweet tooth. And I'm trying to work on a joke right now about like, God, if I could just take you all to the grocery store right now, I could pick you out the best dessert there. Like if I could have a job where I could pick out desserts for people.
That's a great premise, like replacing heroin with ice cream.
Yeah, it is what people do. Oh, in like, Kensington, in Philadelphia, Kensington Avenue. Okay. It's where it's like basically everyone's like zombies because they're all on fentanyl and trank and stuff.
Oh, wow.
But when people are withdrawing from opiates, there's a whole market for people selling ice cream now because you get just like the biggest hankering for ice cream.
Dude, I saw that when I was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I was talking with a guy who was like, he's just like on the street and somehow we started talking and he was talking about how he had been doing fentanyl and other drugs in San Francisco. And then someone came up and literally had a container, like a cooler of stolen Ben and Jerry's ice cream. And he would just go down this street in the Tenderloin district selling it. And I was like, why is that the thing? But makes sense. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
I love ice cream. And you don't even do fentanyl.
I don't.
And but you still, I mean, I think most people like sweets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I wish there was a job I could pick out desserts for people.
Really?
I'm really good at picking out desserts.
Yeah, I bet that could be a thing in Austin. You could be like a dessert planner.
Like a dessert broker.
Yeah.
There's like auto brokers.
What party are you having? What desserts do you need? Taylor Neely, the show?
Yeah. Taylor Neely, the show.
Taylor Neely, the dessert planner?
The dessert edition.
That'd be great.
A dessert planner. Yeah. I don't know if I could do it at scale, but I could for one guy.
Heck yeah.
I could do it.
Dude, you can pick my desserts.
A bunch of guys? I don't know. That sounds like a lot of stress.
How many guys can you pick desserts for? That's the question.
If you get more than 15, I'm stressed.
Really?
I'm overwhelmed.
That's your limit, 15 guys?
I don't even know if Kroger has that many of the dessert I need. I gotta put in a bulk order.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
So I need some other guy to delegate the okay,
bulk
you make the
ordering.
orders. I'll pick the dessert out.
You're the artist. You're the artist.
Yeah.
Give someone else the business side of this dessert planning.
You can figure out making the bulk order, the wholesale.
Yeah.
I just want to pick out the dessert.
I think you should just order Dirty Spoon.
Yeah, I want to try it. It sounds good.
Dude, next time you go to New York.
Yeah. I don't know when I'm going again. I don't know when I'm going again. I probably won't go for a long time.
You're not allowed in the city anymore.
I'm allowed in the city. I just have no reason to go right now.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason I went there for comedy. But the only reason I was going is because my ex-girlfriend lives there.
Yeah, yeah.
And now, if I were to go there and visit her, she would be like, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?"
She'd be mad.
She'd probably be confused.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that happens when you break up.
Yeah. You're not going to see each other again, probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I have. Hopefully, I have good relationships.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to be. I feel like it's good to always be in a remain friends.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single person that I have dated that like if they needed help, I wouldn't help them.
Yeah.
Or like I wouldn't like be happy to.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or they got taken hostage.
Yeah, dude, pull a Taken. Could you imagine pulling a Taken for your ex-girlfriend?
I can't fight like that though. I don't have a very specific set of skills.
I have zero skills in that realm. Actually, that's not true. I actually love shooting. I love growing up shooting shotguns and all sorts of guns. Yeah.
I like guns. I have 2. I had 3, but I sold one when I moved here because I needed money.
I had really?
Yeah.
let me pawn off this handgun for my down payment.
Well, no, I just needed money. I had 2 handguns. I have an AR-15 and a handgun, and I had 2 handguns and an AR-15. I didn't need 2 handguns.
No, that's a great combo. You just got 1 and 1. You could survive a zombie apocalypse for a while.
The best for home defense is a shotgun, though.
Yeah, that's
what I've been told.
But we don't ever shoot shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say, but I had a great story about guns.
Do you think World War III could happen?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What would it be, do you think? I mean, obviously the Middle East is crazy.
I think we're the closest to World War III.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's ever been in my entire life.
Yeah. Do you think if Trump wins, it would de-escalate, or do you think it'll just keep going?
I think it would de-escalate.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
He says it would. But
he says a lot of
stuff.
Yeah.
Some I like, some I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the current people who are in power, it seems like they're not helping.
What's going on right now is not good.
It's not good.
Yeah.
And like it feels like there's tensions like China. You got China, Taiwan. You've got Middle East,
which is
those knuckleheads.
Heavily involved, right? The sort of Russia, U.S., Middle East conflict.
Yeah. And then, Jimmy Dore was saying on the podcast I was listening to, we're basically in a hot war with Russia. Which I don't know if you call it a hot war, but it doesn't feel quite like a Cold War.
I think the United States sent troops to the Middle East recently?
Probably. And then also, did you hear about North Korean troops in Russia?
Yeah.
There's North Korean troops fighting in Russia now. So
dude, I'm 25.
It feels like we're in World War III, honestly.
I am prime draft age.
I'm not, right? I'm 28.
Yeah, you're out.
Yes.
I got 1 more year of prime draft age.
Thank you for your service. Preemptively.
This is the last podcast I'll ever do.
You get drafted right after this.
Shipped off to North Korea.
But it's just like, if a nuke were to go off, that's like it. Because nukes are so much more powerful now than they used to be. One nuke could probably wipe out New York City.
Yeah, easily.
At least if you hit Midtown, millions and millions and millions
easily
die.
Yeah, that's
immediately.
Midwest represent, dude. Yeah. No one's gonna nuke Des Moines.
No one's probably nuking Austin. No one's nuking. Actually, you know what? They might, because they want to get to Joe Rogan, probably, because he's the most famous man in the world. They wouldn't.
Yeah, they're like, we took out Rogan.
Yeah, they're not nuking.
Hello, blah blah. We took out Rogan.
Yeah. They're not nuking Columbus, Ohio.
No.
They would go for New York, Los Angeles,
Chicago,
maybe Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
Chicago.
Well, here's
Miami.
The real concern is that
in the ocean, just for fun.
It's like not a nuclear. A singular nuke is like bad, obviously horrible, but there's a bunch of systems set up in place like mutually assured destruction, right? Where one nuke goes off, and then there's 200 nukes in the air.
Yeah.
And 15 minutes to decide whether those nukes actually detonate or not.
The entire world's done.
It's over.
Yep. Does the planet survive that?
The planet will be fine. We won't.
The planet will recover.
Yeah.
But we won't.
Deep sea creatures are just gonna have a great time.
Will people be gone, or will some people will go to bunkers and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the human race will survive, I think, but I probably will die.
Nuclear. Yeah, I probably will. I have an AR-15, but I don't have a lot of ammo.
Yeah, dude. I hope I'm in Des Moines. Yeah. And I'm gonna go to my friend's house.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna hunker down and wait for the radiation to set in.
Because and then you got nuclear fallout, and then you've got years and years of like nuclear winter.
You know who I think actually will do fine?
Give me a hint. Let me guess.
What continent?
Australia?
No.
A continent. That's a continent?
It is.
Another continent. China.
That's not a continent.
Oh.
They will not be doing okay at
Madagascar.
all. No, but closer.
Alaska.
No.
Antarctica.
I think South America.
Okay. Yeah, because
specifically deep in the Amazon.
Yeah, because it's a shithole. No,
I love South America, but yeah,
that's beautiful. I would love to visit. God, I want to travel so bad.
Yeah.
Have you listened to Ari Shafir's new podcast? His travel podcast. It makes me want to travel so bad. I want to go to Southeast Asia so bad.
Southeast Asia is really cool.
But yeah, South America, they aren't.
Who is going to nuke Nicaragua?
Because what's the biggest power in South America? Brazil.
Brazil.
And Brazil is not. I wouldn't say they're like a first world country. Right? Are they?
I don't think they have nuclear power. And also, who's going to nuke Brazil? Yeah. Right? So, like,
Mexico.
South America, because...
Does Mexico have a nuke?
I don't think so.
They have one nuke. It'd be funny if Mexico had one nuke.
They get to choose.
Yeah. Choose wisely.
Yeah, who's our enemies?
Yeah.
But I feel like South America probably has the least like targets for in a nuclear war, and also massive amounts of land, massive amounts of vegetation that could like absorb a decent amount of radiation. Right. So like the Amazonian tribes are probably, when nuclear war happens, the Amazonian tribes are like, yo, y'all are.
Because there's that famous quote of like, I don't know what weapons are going to be used to fight World War III, but I know the weapons used to fight World War IV will be sticks and stones.
Have
you heard that? Yeah.
That's a great quote. I've never heard that, actually.
I think I've heard it on Rogan a lot, but it's just like, because if we just annihilate each other.
Yeah, then it's over.
But it's very scary, because I think about this stuff, but then I go about my regular life. But then like, there's a lot of scary shit going on right now in the world.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a lot of stuff that's like, this is not, why are we playing around with this stuff so much?
Yeah, I mean, I also agree. It's like there's a ton of scary stuff going on, and it's in the hands of scary people.
Yeah.
It's not
people
like,
that don't seem to have our best interest in
It's
mind.
not like you have like a calming influence, like a Reagan, or I don't know, an Al Gore. I'm not saying I'm a fan of either of them, but like at least a calming influence.
But Donald, what about abortion? No one gives a heck about abortion when nukes go off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, it's in the hands of like very scary people.
Yeah.
The scariest weapons are in the hands of the scariest people.
Yeah.
And that's the most concerning part to me.
You've got your thing
in
4 minutes.
In 4 minutes?
5:56. We'll pause. We might come back. We might not. If not, I love you. And maybe we'll be right back. All right, bye-bye.
Back with the bucket head.
We're back.
We're about to have a very serious conversation.
I don't know if we can do it, because I know what to do.
Yeah, it was incredibly dumb that we couldn't figure that out.
There we go.
Does this...
Do I look good?
Stupid.
Do I look good? I look good, right?
Yeah, you look great.
Pretty good. Will you twist that on the window? I don't want my neighbors seeing us doing a podcast. They might want to come on. I can't have more guests than I already have. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4 microphones. I can't. Can I? Only 2 of you.
How many monthly listeners have we got going on here?
I don't know. Not a lot. But actually, my YouTube subscribers have slowly been climbing, so that's all I can really ask for.
Dude, it's a podcast game.
It's a lot.
It's like anything. It's a long game.
It's a long game, and I don't know. I post a good amount of reels, and I post a lot of stuff, but it's just like, it's very difficult to go viral.
Yeah, I think the myth of virality is one of the most detrimental things to like art.
You did a very specific thing, but you also have big people on your thing, and like a thing that's like in the zeitgeist and very people are, especially right now, it's hot.
Yeah.
Politics, and it's a character. It's a very specific thing. And the production quality is good. And my stuff is all either stand-up clips or podcast clips or like silly reels I make, but they're not, I put work into them, but I'm not putting like days and days and days of work into them.
Yeah, I mean, like anything, right? Like early on, virality allowed for people to have a huge audience because it was new and interesting.
Yeah.
Right? Going viral isn't that interesting anymore.
Yes.
It's literally just like, oh yeah, you made a cool thing.
Yeah.
And
going viral one time means nothing now.
Yeah, and I realized that kind of early on when I was doing comedy, because I had some stuff that I did about climate change go viral. And
yeah.
I was like, oh, well, like once something goes viral, my life's gonna change, whatever, right? Like that was like a mindset a lot of
your
people
life
have.
has changed now.
My life has changed a lot now, but back then, right, 2 years ago, it hadn't at all, because like, I mean, I had one thing that went viral, and even if it had 20 million views, a singular thing going viral does not build an audience. But the thing that I started, that like the Louie character, multiple things went viral, right? And like for me, like I would say viral is like I would say like 100,000 views on a platform is a successful piece of content. Viral is over 1 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And so I had like some very successful pieces of content and then a couple viral things.
Okay, cool. Then I have bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb.
But it was really not the first things that went viral that led to any level of followers, which I don't even have that many, right? Like 15,000 is not a lot. But it was enough to end up monetizing very well in politics. But
back on do not disturb because I don't like the notifications.
Yeah, no, you're good. But like it was some of the other pieces of content that had like 100,000 views or 300,000 views that really hit a niche.
Yeah.
That then led to the influx of 10,000 followers and then 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily just the one that went viral.
Yeah. I'm like at a point where like, cause nothing of mine has gone viral or even close to it. And I'm like, cause I'm consistent with at least
like my views are consistently 100.
No, like what I post on the internet, like just the content I post, I at least post consistently and like at least 3 or 4 times a week recently, and I'm happy with that. Mm-hmm. But and I think that's good for me because if I had something pop off immediately, I think it would have skewed my like, because now I'm like I don't really expect it when it happens. It's more like, oh, I'm just making this just to make it. Yeah, and like I'm not trying. It would be cool if it went viral, but I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even really want to go viral. I don't want to do that.
I don't want to be famous.
I like living in obscurity. I love having a day job. I love a day job. Subscribe. Taylor Neely Show on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit that bell notification.
If he hits 100,000 subscribers from this podcast, he will rename it to Taylor Neely The Show.
I'll have Donald on every fucking week. If I hit 100,000 subscribers, I don't need a job anymore.
Yeah, but I do think like the myth of virality is a weird thing. Like a lot of comedians are chasing. Yeah, and a lot of like obviously content creators. That's all we chase.
Yeah, but you see, like crowd work clips are done. No one cares about those anymore.
I think an incredible crowd work clip will still go well. But
there's just so many.
The wave is over.
There's so many. Mm-hmm. And I like because I posted this one. I worked on it really hard. It was really fun. It was like a work thing. Like this is how I make over $1 million a year as a handyman in Austin, Texas. And then I went to this thing where it was like something about baby's blood in the paint and then I got like real demonic with it. It was real creative. Yeah. I had way more fun. It didn't do, it got like 4,000 views on Instagram. But for me, I'm happy with that because it broke 1,000. Like, okay, thank God.
Yeah. At least it was put into an algorithm.
At least some people saw it. Mm-hmm. And my friends saw it. Oh, that was great. And like, I guess that's really the most I can ask for.
Which like really, like if you think about it, having a thing that your friends think is funny is very valuable.
If someone in real life says, I like that thing you did, I'm like, that's thanks.
Huge. Yeah. Like what does it does matter, but what does it matter that someone 100 miles away saw something you did and then will never think about you again?
Yeah. And what was I saying? And it was really fun making it. I got a lot of joy out of like this was like making art, and it was like creative, and it fulfilled like a creative, like whatever inside me like needs to create stuff. It definitely scratched that itch.
Yeah.
And that's more like for me right now. I'm like, that is, I think for anyone, not my advice, but my experience is like, it's more worthwhile to chase the feeling of satisfying yourself with art than trying to appease others and go viral.
Is that your approach with relationships too?
What do you mean?
It's more sad to satisfy yourself than sorry, this is a bad innuendo, my bad.
I was okay. I just wasn't sure what you meant.
Me trying to make sexual innuendos going over great.
What are you doing? You're clean, guy.
I don't know. But
no, you're Dirty Donald. Now you put on the hat.
Yeah, dude, this is Dirty Don.
I wasn't
Dirty Don.
Everyone wanted to know who I was until I put on the hat. What's that from, Batman?
I think he said mask.
Yeah, but I know he said mask. He didn't say hat. Yeah,
I put on my bat hat, and everyone.
Master Wayne, it's a mask. Sorry, my what was the guy? Alfred,
yeah,
he was kind of
big Alfred fan.
Master Wayne, it's a mask.
Master Wayne, it's a mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I think about that a lot too, because like, if you were going to try and be successful in the performing arts, from a business perspective, that is a very poor business choice, right? Because like the arts, like there's a weird like curve of earnings where if you're in the top 10%, you're gonna make $30,000 a year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah,
top 30% of comedians, actors, whatever, make 30,000,
which is nothing.
Nothing, right? And then if you're the top 1%, you're gonna make 300,000.
Yeah. If
you're the top 0.1%, you're gonna make like 30 million, right? But if you're, for example, handyman or something else, whatever it is, carpenter, engineer, consultant, whatever, if you're in the top 10% of a highly employed industry, you're gonna make crazy good money, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 at the 10% mark.
It's so it's similar to any other industry, is what you're saying?
No, it's different, right? The curve. No,
you're saying it's exactly the same.
The curve.
You're saying it's the same. You just said that.
Like the curve of
podcast over. He just said that. Podcast over. He just said that. Now it's just me. Sorry. Now it's just me, guys. Donald said working in the entertainment industry is, I don't want you to hear this actually. Now it's down. He said that working in the entertainment industry is exactly the same as being a plumber. And welcome back. Welcome back to Donald FM.
Yeah.
So you just had a call with a lady
during political campaigns and political cycles, like we're in right now. There are large-scale donors who donate a lot of money to political, on the right and the left, libertarian, whatever, it doesn't matter. They want to have a level of separation from any actual influence or things that are made.
So I'm going to write down where that was so I remember where it was, because otherwise I don't want to dig for it. That would suck.
Yeah, cut that part and cut the South by thing.
Kamala thing, cut, South by, cut.
Right. Not that like this even like bad, but it's just better not to have.
Yeah.
Like people could listen to it totally fine, but like.
So you have as Louie, you have people, you're making content for that is
political campaigns.
Political campaigns.
Yeah, so it didn't start that way, right? It started, I was just doing this. I love doing. I thought it was funny, interesting to take advantage of what was happening in this super serious political space and try and make it stupid and silly. Because I'm not even necessarily making fun of the people I talk with.
The way I would describe it, similar to Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, but without the same like. Yeah. He has a very specific perspective and a message he's trying to get across. And for me, I was like, what if can I make political comedy that is not political?
Yeah.
Right?
But you're still doing a character that's not you. He's his own guy. Yeah. But it's kind of a performance art thing.
Yeah. So I pretend to be this French news reporter, go into these super political spaces and make...
Well, no, he's a guy. You know a guy named Louis Laurent.
yeah, Louis Laurent.
Yeah, your
so
friend.
Louis goes into these super serious political spaces, and just the attempt is to ask and say the dumbest things I possibly can to the most important people I can.
And they all believe you're a French guy.
And they all fully believe.
It's so funny.
Because like the accent is pretty decent, and I lived in France for a while, and so I speak French. Like I can go really deep into this character.
And who's really going to be like, are you really a French guy?
I mean, some people will ask. Some people ask, and then I'll like speak French to them, and my accent is good enough.
Yeah.
When I speak French that an American would never know. Some French people have figured it out.
Yeah.
Crazy story about that if you want to hear it. But yeah, so I would go into do these events, pretend to be this French guy. It started to go viral.
Yes.
And when it did, I would have, the first thing that happened was the National Libertarian Party reached out to me thinking that I was Louis Laurent.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, this is hilarious.
Did they message you on Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. It was literally a DM. And I had no idea who it was, but I was like, oh, I'll respond. And they reached out. They're like, hey, we think this is hilarious. Would you want to come speak at our national convention?
Which is crazy.
And they think I'm Louis. And I was like, crazy. Absolutely. Yeah. But I was like, who else is speaking?
And you're all getting paid for this and stuff. And it's just like, it's crazy.
So they were like,
would you have done it for free or you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would, everything I've ever done.
Yeah.
There's nothing that I have made that I don't stand by and would not have done for free.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing where like sometimes they were kind of mad, right? Or people could be mad of like, oh, like you're not making content that is the exact political message that we want you to push. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But you did pay for me to go to this thing and you paid me a lot of money to do it. But for me, like
they paid you $1 million.
No, not that much.
That'd be crazy.
That would be.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
I think you'd quit.
I would buy you a better green screen.
Yeah. What about my green screen? I can't paint the room green.
Yeah, but
that would actually be smart. Maybe I should paint that wall green.
Yeah, there was like this thing where like sometimes people will want you to make certain types of content that and say certain things that I'm not comfortable, and I would not push a message
that
I do not believe in.
And that seems like sticking to your morals and like what you believe in seems to always work out in the end. Because I think there's a lot of people in mainstream news that are so corrupted by money and what they've been paid, and they're just like, I'll say whatever.
And that's the thing, like getting to what we were talking about earlier, I did not get into comedy for money.
What, the hot dog factory?
No. Yeah, right. Like if you wanted to make money, don't do the performing arts. It's a horrible business model.
Go and do the hot dog factory.
Yeah, do a hot dog. Literally. Be a plumber.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm a handyman. It's like, you can make... I don't feel like stepping that business up to the next level of like owning my own handyman business and having employees, because my full focus is comedy and podcasting and stuff. And handyman stuff is just like but I could, if I'm like, fuck this comedy thing, I could be like figure out a way to make it a business.
Absolutely. And like there are fantastic returns, especially on real businesses in the real world, like carpenters, plumbers, whatever. Like that,
especially in Austin right now, because so many people have moved here. There's kind of like there's a lot of money floating around right now. This lady's house I went to, rich lady. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
She was so rich. She was so nice though. She's a nice rich lady.
Well, it's easy to be nice when you're rich.
But some rich people are mean.
Yeah, that's how they got their money. But like once you have the money, right?
Yeah.
Like what are you worried about?
Do you think if you had a bunch of money, you would buy stuff for your friends?
Yeah.
Like millions of dollars.
Yeah, absolutely. I would, if I had a bunch of money, I would probably pay for certain creative people's lifestyles.
Yeah. I would definitely be like, hey, Keith Garrett, my brothers, you don't need to work anymore.
Yeah, dude.
Let's all go on vacation.
Well, like, yeah.
Golf trips every weekend.
I think most of my family, like close family and friends, all have things that they really want to do and are passionate about.
Yeah.
And
but work gets in the way.
Whether it's art or whether it's like a startup,
the
or
grind,
like a
the
business.
slog, the rat race.
Yeah. And
Why bring rats into this?
They're not racing.
What? I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the racing thing.
Dude, the bucket hats were in the same wavelength.
We are kind of, yeah.
But yeah, I would love to like support people in what they actually wanted to do.
Canada does a thing with like they pay artists, like the government gives you grants to be an artist, basically.
France does too.
We're too focused on
productivity and financial return.
ROI, SEO.
Get that SEO, I don't know.
R&D.
R&D. I'm a big R&D guy.
R&T, Road and Track.
What is that
That's a car magazine.
Road and Track.
Road and Track. Car and Driver. Saying it louder makes it make more sense. Car and Driver.
Yeah.
A lot of this and that.
Stick and shift.
You ever see that? That is not one. That's the dirty one. That would be the dirty car magazine. There's a magazine for rich people. I forget what it's called, but they have just like their yachts for sale in there.
Yonkers.
Yonkers Quarterly.
Yeah,
it's
I can't shop at Yonkers. It's too expensive.
Oh, what is it? It's like, it's like a really rich person. It's fun to go in there and look at all this stuff, but it's like stuff.
I've seen that. When
it's a very rich person's magazine.
I was in some fancy mall somewhere.
Yeah.
And they had this store where they were selling like luxury apartments and yachts. And I was like, yo.
Give me one.
Who is buying a luxury apartment in a mall?
Hey, I'm going to go in there, write a check for them for that amount of money. It's like, this will be good in the future. I'm going to do a Jim Carrey.
25 years.
That's what Jim Carrey did. He wrote himself a check for $10 million.
Yeah.
Before he started everything. And then he actually was able to cash it.
I've been thinking about that a lot, actually, because like, so obviously going to school, right? I did 4 years of college.
Boo.
Yeah.
School.
And at the end of those 4 years, I was at a position where I could make a decent living doing consulting and engineering.
Yeah.
Shout out to my consulting engineering people. Shout out my boss when I was in consulting, actually top tier guy. I really, really admired the guys I was working with and women too.
Yeah.
But I spent 4 years and I had a scholarship, but theoretically someone paid $50,000 a year for me to go to school. So $200,000 in 4 years of your time to come out to make $100,000 to $150,000 a year.
Yeah.
I think if a lot of comedians gave themselves the grace of saying, it's going to take me 4 years and $100,000 of effort and investment, that they would come out in a position where they were maybe not making $100,000, but they would be making $30,000 or $40,000 at the end of 4 years. The same amount of effort you put into college and the same amount of investment, you would have a career.
Well, everything takes time.
Yeah. And
any career. No, like doing stand-up, being a plumber, being HVAC, being in any business, everyone starts at the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Like you don't... Like comedy, it seems like once you hit the 7 or 8 year mark, then it seems to be like things start to be good. and like things start to really. It takes forever to like find your voice and like what you are.
Yeah, it does.
Just get actually funny.
Yeah. Also, like think about like business, right? Business model. People talk about 7 or 8 years, right? What are you working towards in those 7 or 8 years? Most of the time, it's open mics and shows, right?
In learning how to dunk.
In basketball.
My friend Nathan Driver has on his vision board. He has learning how to dunk.
Dude, I really wanted to be able to dunk too.
God, I wish I could.
But like the business model of open mics and shows is a horrible business model inherently, right? So 7 or 8 years to figure out a horrible business model makes sense. But like there are better business models to do as a comedian, whether it's content or whatever, that I think, 3 or 4 years, 2 years, even a year of consistent effort every single day.
Like you kind of inferring like what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, what I was doing is a cheat code, right? Because it took advantage of a political time frame. I didn't plan this, right? It just happened. But and I think the next step, like for me, who knows if it'll be financially successful or not. Yeah. Right. This all ends in a week,
Yeah, you might have to get a job again.
Yeah.
And then you'd be sad. This is you if you have to get a job again. Boo-hoo.
Well, I won't have to get a job again for a year. But
really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I saved all the money. I sleep on people's couches. I don't have any rent. I spend $1,000 a month.
Smart. Do you have a car payment?
Yeah. No. I paid it in cash.
So you have insurance. Do you have low expenses?
Very low.
That's my problem. I have too many dang expenses.
I eat 1 meal a day at Chipotle when I'm on the road. So I spend $15 a day. And then I drink 1 coffee. And literally the only thing that I spend money on is comedy. And so if I'm breaking even with comedy, then I can just keep going forever.
Yeah, you keep going forever. That's hilarious. Yeah, I can keep going forever.
And like I'm single, I'm 25, and I have a car, so I can like sleep in it.
1 meal a day, 1 coffee, break even.
Literally, dude, I did that math. I was like,
forever.
I was like, if I spend less than $50 a day, I can do this forever.
But do you want to live how you're living right now forever?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I've given myself till I'm like 29 or 30.
Do you want a wife?
I would love, yeah.
Do you want little children?
Oh, I would, yeah.
Not big children.
No, just keep them small.
Yeah, keep them small forever.
Yeah, I want like a Chihuahua child, just small forever.
Yeah, I don't want my kids to grow.
No, I actually
that way they can't leave the house.
Actually, no, I can't wait to be a dad, and I would love to be like the goal is if I'm able to do what I want to do, hopefully successfully.
Gina, what was her name?
No, we're not.
Your boy is he needs a nice gal that can, settle on some land, homestead, actually have cows this time.
Yeah, more than $50 a day for a family.
Not dumb, stupid corn and.
But I'm not really thinking about that now.
Soybeans.
Like I'm not thinking about that, right? Like that's
soybeans.
That's a later in life thing.
Corn cob pie.
Corn cob pie.
Button nose. Mm-hmm. Eyes made out of coal. He wants to be Frosty the Snowman.
I do. Yeah, I want you to melt me.
That's my goal. If I could just be Frosty the Snowman. Okay, if you could be one fictional character, who would it be? You could be like I could be Frosty the Snowman, Snoopy the dog, Jimmy Neutron,
Percy Jackson.
Oh, like from the book?
From the book, baby.
You want to be Percy Jackson from the book or from the movie?
Percy Jackson from the book.
Okay.
Iconic, incredible character. Rick Riordan, big fan.
What do you do? Like fight dragons and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Fight in the mythical Greek world.
Serpents?
Yes.
Serpents. What is a serpent? A big snake?
I think a serpent is
any
a
kind
big
of
snake. Yes.
It's a big snake.
Big.
Not a small snake?
I don't think small.
What do you call a small snake?
I've never called a garter snake a serpent.
No, but they're still serpents, right?
Is serpent the animal family classification?
Serpent's a good name for that.
Serpent?
It's a good scary name for a snake.
It is. It's kind of terrifying.
Do you ever watch Hercules?
I love Hercules.
Remember when he cut off the heads of the thing and they grew back more heads?
Yeah, the dog or whatever.
No, that was the three-headed dog from Harry
snake.
Potter.
It was a snake.
That was the dragon, I think. Had heads that kept coming back.
Yeah, is that Hercules or is that
I don't know.
The Odyssey?
I don't know. I think it's Hercules.
Could be.
It could be both.
I'm not well versed in Greek mythology.
It could be both. I need to start educating myself on more stuff. I just come home after comedy and I just watch YouTube videos.
Yeah,
I do like YouTube videos about war.
Really?
Yeah, it's so fascinating.
Is that where the World War III stuff came in?
No, World War II, Vietnam is so fascinating to me. Ken Burns' documentary is really cool. I was watching stuff about Hitler recently.
Dude, I got into the Vietnam War.
Oh, it's crazy.
When I was living in France.
Yeah.
Actually, after I left that factory job.
Yeah.
Because I lived with a family.
Why do I picture France as the factory is from the 1920s?
No, the factory I was in was not even 1920s. It was just like a table, and we pass the thing along and do our one job, and then pass it to someone else.
Yeah. It's hard for me not to have an American point of view on other countries.
Yeah, but yeah, when I was living in France after this factory thing, when I left it and I moved to France, with all my savings.
Yeah.
And the family I lived with was one French guy and one Vietnamese woman. They met during the Vietnam War.
Yeah. Were they boyfriend and girlfriend?
No, they were married.
Oh.
They were married. So a married couple took me in. They were super nice.
That's cool.
I met them at a church, and they're like, you're living in a hostel. You need to live somewhere better.
Oh, wow.
They were they were truly incredible family.
Were you going to church in France? Just listening to France?
Listening to them speak French.
Mass. What kind of church was the denomination?
I think it was Lutheran.
Denomination?
Yeah, denomination. Yeah.
That's money.
Denomination?
Yeah.
Which church?
Wait, what is it when you have a church? What is it, like the different branches of church?
Denomination.
But it's also money.
It is.
Interesting. I bet
we're pronouncing one of them wrong.
I didn't think about that before.
Yeah, it's so dumb. That's hilarious.
But you're supposed to separate church and state.
Not if it's the right type of denomination.
Correct.
But yeah, so I met them and at church, and then they like let me live with them.
Yeah.
But they met during like the shoot of Saigon, like when the U.S. was leaving Vietnam. He was a French, like part of the French government.
Gosh.
And she.
Oh yeah, France owned Vietnam. Forgot about that.
And she had worked for the Americans, but they left her behind and her family. And so they literally like got married and became a couple, so she could stay in the French embassy and not be killed in the street with all the other Vietnamese who worked for the American government.
Were they in love though?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. And then he got her out on a plane back to France, and she thought her entire family was dead, but they had survived the boat ride down a river that like literally everyone thought they'd all died. But
I don't know anything about Saigon. What happened?
So North Vietnam coming down, right? This is when America says, all right, we're out, we're done.
I stopped watching the documentary while America was still winning. So as far as I know, we won. I was like, I don't want to know what happens next.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
I don't think America was ever winning.
But yeah, so America's like, all right, we're out, we're done.
Yeah.
They're starting to leave. North Vietnamese are just taking over the South, and then they take over Saigon.
Yeah.
And it was like just this desperate thing. There's like those brutal, sad pictures of people like clinging onto a helicopter as it's taking off because they know they're going to die here anyway.
It's like the Afghanistan leaving.
Yeah. I mean, pretty similar. And but so her family.
Wow, we seem really bad at leaving places.
Bad at pulling out.
We seem really bad at pulling out. We also go into a lot of places where we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Iraq.
Yeah. But yeah, so her family had survived and made it to like an American battleship in the ocean, just floating around.
Incredible.
And they made it to the U.S. and she found out like months later.
Her family was alive?
Her family was alive.
Thank God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And yeah.
Did she speak French?
She did. Yeah.
So she had a Vietnamese accent, but she spoke French.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was pretty funny, dude.
I wonder what that sounds like. I mean, to them, it's like a normal thing.
I would do the accent, but I think it's a little still.
You could do it off air.
Dude, my favorite is hearing Indian people speak French.
Oh yeah.
It is so fun.
It's all interesting. It's just because all we hear are people doing English, American English accents with their accent.
Yeah.
But in other countries, Germany, Indians speaking German.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. Indian people speaking French is awesome.
Indian is a language, right?
No.
What do they speak?
A lot. I mean, they speak Hindi, they speak Tamil, they speak a lot of different languages. I think it's like 37 official languages of India or something.
Oh my gosh. But you like what you're doing with the different campaigns and stuff.
I do. I think it's fun. It's fascinating. It's cool. Like it's, and also so far it's all been stuff that I've agreed with and believed in.
Yeah.
Because I do believe both.
What's your next thing you're doing? You're speaking.
So I'm going to to like a weekend with a bunch of like creators and people to make content.
It's cool that you've been able to do both sides, Democrat and Republican.
And Libertarian.
That's crazy.
All three parties.
When like normally you can kind of get labeled as, it seems like people get labeled as one or the other, and then you become like a Trump influencer or a Kamala influencer.
I think that literally, I mean, when I was making this character, that was one of the reasons that I chose to be French and not American.
Yeah.
Was because you can view critique from an outside source as non-biased, right? Or comedy as non-biased.
Do you feel kind of like a French guy now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel like Louis kind of takes over?
Louis in control sometimes. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Louis a dog, dude.
Do you feel like you've been doing it for a while? How long have you been doing Louis?
9 months.
Yeah. Do you feel like you can like fall into the character and like kind of like act like you think Louis would act, but it's like a little second nature? Like you're not like, oh, how would Louis act in this situation? You're more like you just can be Louis.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty.
Which is dumb kind of gay acting stuff, but like.
Yeah, no, I mean, like it's very much.
Yeah. You're kind of like Daniel Day-Lewis.
I sometimes I did stand up in character.
Amazing.
Which is super fun.
Does Louis have good jokes?
Yeah, it actually set went really well. And I mean, I did a 20-minute set at the Libertarian Convention, and it was great. Dave Smith, if you know Dave.
Of course.
Also, Dave, if you're watching
He's got a good podcast.
Yeah, Dave, if you're watching this, I apologize for deceiving you. He thought I was Louie.
Dave, I like you. You're great. I like your whenever you go on Rogan, I've listened to it and you're great.
Yeah, I really actually admire Dave. I think
I like all the libertarian guys.
But I totally deceived him and his wife.
You had to.
And I was in character this weekend, and he was standing next to one of the organizers. So he came up. He's like, "Hey, great set. Like, enjoyed it." He gave me his phone number.
Oh,
and his wife, his wife and I had an amazing conversation with me as Louie. Yeah. And that was one of the first times where I was like, "Oh, like this." There's some ethical boundaries here of like, man, like I'm deceiving people that I admire.
So Dave Smith doesn't know.
No, he does not.
Oh my gosh.
And deceiving people you admire to do this comedy.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a problem with it, but in that moment, but there are definitely ethical boundaries of like, what are you willing to do in character for comedy? What are you not?
Yeah.
That I had to think about.
There's no way Sacha Baron Cohen can get away with doing his thing anymore it's hard for him to be in disguise.
Yeah, he's just too known.
Because people know who he is.
That was another thing, like wanted to do this now.
What if Louis got cast in a movie? That'd be crazy. You would do that for sure, wouldn't you?
Oh, it'd be so fun. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's another huge benefit of me being like completely, I'm not successful at all.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So no one knows who I am and no one cares.
You found success being a different guy.
Yeah.
Who's the real Donald? Do you ever think maybe just being yourself?
Just be Louie?
Be yourself. You have two choices.
Uh-huh.
You can either be Louie or you can be Donald.
Yeah.
You can't be going on a podcast being Donald, talking about Louie.
Dude, Louie has been living the life, though.
I know.
He's been living the life.
He has been.
Yeah. But Dave Smith was. It was super fun to be in character that deep. Yeah. Weird to lie to Dave Smith. Yeah. Again, very sorry.
I'm sure he listens.
I'm sure he does. But like, I definitely, you feel sometimes like you do disappear into the character, especially when you're on stage because your adrenaline's going. And like, if you mess up, it was like I was in moments where it was like, if I mess this up, I will be arrested. I will go to jail.
Whoa, why?
Because
you can't go to jail for lying.
No, you
under
can't.
oath you can.
You can't, right? But
you're not in court.
I'm trying to figure out if I don't even know some of this I should say. There were situations that I was.
You can tell me after the podcast for sure.
Yeah, there were situations that I was in,
and then I'll tell them next week.
There were situations that I was in.
Yeah.
Where if I had broke character, I think I would have been arrested. Because it's acceptable for someone who has no clue what the societal conventions are to do something. Totally acceptable. It's fine. Not technically like against the law, but also kind of against the law, right? To do something, you do that. Versus like an American, if Americans sneaking around doing this stuff, that they'd be like, okay, you're suspicious. We're taking you to the police. And we're gonna question you, right? Maybe I wouldn't have gotten arrested. Maybe I wouldn't have gotten charged with anything, but like I would have been like in actual trouble. But as a French person, they're like, oh, he's just dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was another huge benefit of pretending to be French.
Is Louis dumb?
Louis pretty dumb. Yeah. Okay. He's not the smartest. Yeah. He's not the brightest.
Why is he like doing news? What's his like motivation?
I think he wants to be a comedian deep down.
Yeah.
He's just in news.
He's kind of like the Arthur Fleck of France.
Yeah, he's out here just.
He's gonna go on some late night show and shoot someone in the face.
Yes, exactly.
You know who Arthur Fleck is?
Yeah, from Joker.
Yes. Okay. Good. I was hoping you made that reference made sense.
Yeah. I mean, like, the Louis, the character, definitely like in news. He's doing his best. Yeah. Kind of dumb. It's kind of like if he were any dumber, he would be dead.
Did he have a good childhood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. He's just kind of simple.
Yeah. What did he do? What did his parents do? Where did he grow up?
So his dad was a environmental engineer.
Okay.
Focused on. We're going deep into this. This is deep into the acting stuff.
Yes.
His dad was an environmental engineer. Focused on water quality.
Have you thought about this?
He became the minister of the environment for France.
Cool.
And his mom was an attorney who worked with legal.
His mom was a raccoon.
His mom was an attorney who worked with legal and helping immigrants come to France. Specifically for
no raccoons.
like some nonprofit stuff.
What if Louis like had a pet raccoon as a kid?
So all of this, by the way, is just based off of the people I lived with in France.
Yeah, no, that's smart. That's easy.
Because people would ask me these questions.
Why would you make it up? Why not just?
Yeah. So like I just like people would ask me.
You could draw from true stuff.
Yeah, people would ask me these questions, and like I had to have answers because if you don't know what your dad does, right? Like, and the head of the Libertarian Party or the head of the Republican Party is asking you a question, you don't know who your dad is, immediately suspicious. Yeah. Right. So I would just base it all off of my actual life when I lived in France. Yeah. And not lie at all.
Smart. Did Louis go to school?
Yeah.
College?
Yeah. He went to Sciences Po.
Sciences Po?
In France. Yeah.
Sciences Po.
Yeah. Sciences Po.
What is Sciences Po?
It's just a pretty known university in France that this guy that I lived with went to.
Yeah. What are his interests outside of this?
Loves basketball.
Hobbies.
Big basketball player. And likes to play piano.
Wow. Sounds a lot like you.
It's me.
That's fine, yeah.
I mean, like, but yeah, like this is stupid, but like these are questions people would ask me this stuff.
For sure.
And like, just like,
it's you got to come up with this.
You have to know. Yeah.
Yeah. What's Louis' deepest, darkest secret? Does he have one?
Oh yeah. He does.
Yeah. Okay.
It's bad.
Oh, good. All right, that's about enough time on this podcast. Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a
Thanks
blast.
for coming on. That was good.
This was great. This was fun.
It's very interesting. You're doing a very interesting thing.
Trying to.
Most people aren't doing. It's very exciting.
Yeah. I mean, we'll.
So, I'm happy for you. Happy for your success. I hope the. Are you speaking at the thing you're going to?
No, it's just content.
Okay. Well, I hope it goes well. You get good stuff out of it.
Yeah, dude.
Hopefully
make some viral reels.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
The modern comedian. I want a viral reel.
Yeah, I just want a viral reel, Dad. I'm a real
viral dad.
I'm a viral real boy.
I'm a real viral boy.
Where can people find you? What is like the best? I guess people can follow Louie.
Yeah, I don't have any social media. I don't have any personal social media. So follow at Louis _Laurant, LOUIS _LAURANT.
Is there like a YouTube page or anything?
Yeah, there is called Louis Laurent.
Awesome.
And I don't have any other social media, so
that's good.
It's insane that my job is social media and I don't even have any.
Yeah, well, you do, but you're in charge of someone else's.
Yeah, in charge of Louis.
You're Louis' social media manager. That's cool. Thanks for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me.
This was doing it. Longer. I usually just do an hour, but we did an hour.
I'm a fan of this podcast.
It's a fun time. I like doing it.
Taylor Neely, the show.
Yeah, Taylor Neely, the show. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like enjoy doing it. I would like for it to take off, but it's like it's still fun to do.
Yeah.
Because you don't sit down and have conversations like this with people.
No.
At least where you're not looking at your phone and like there's distractions and
just the depth also of questions and silliness that you can have.
Yeah, and you can also just be silly. Like some podcasts get a little more serious, but there's always a silly layer.
Also, how long have you been doing it?
Podcasting?
Yeah.
Let's see, March, April, May, June, July. Like a year and a half, probably. Over a year.
It takes time.
Yes. Yeah. I'm only at, let's see, this will be episode like 53.
Yeah. Like if you think about that, and I think about this like
more like closer to a year, because I'm pretty consistent with like once a week, except when I moved here, I took like 3 weeks off. So I should be around like, if I did it, I would be over 50. How many weeks are in a year? 56?
52.
I would be, okay. So yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so like when you think about like successful podcasts, a lot of them have over 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
So
I'm
honored to be in the first 50.
Hey, you're in the second 50.
Second 50?
Yeah.
Second batch, baby.
Yeah. You're in the second round of 50s.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which is better. By now, all the bugs are worked out.
Yeah.
All the kinks.
We got the bucket hats.
Yeah.
You didn't have that first 50.
No, we're the first guys to wear bucket hats on my podcast.
Dude, we're the first costumed guests.
What'd you say? What was that?
We're the first costumed guests.
Oh, I thought you just said nothing. I thought you said garbled up words. Yeah, exactly.
Or Halloween, too.
Yeah, Happy Halloween is right around the corner, guys. This will come out after Halloween.
I'm dressed as Taylor Neely.
And I'm dressed as Taylor Neely. I hope everyone has a good Halloween. This is after Halloween, so happy November when this comes out. Thanksgiving's coming right up. My birthday's on the 24th. Don't forget, get me something good. Shout
out to all the Atlanta comics who listen.
Yeah. Shout out to Noob Assassin, my number one fan. Number one listener, at least. He comments on all my episodes.
What's his name?
Noob Assassin. Say hello to Noob Assassin.
Noob Assassin.
Yeah, he's sick.
Noob Assassin.
And yeah, if Thanks, guys. All of you. I love you so much. I love you more than you love me. Thanks for listening to Taylor Neely's show. It's been truly an honor to be on my own podcast.
It's an honor to be on it.
Thanks, Donald.
Taylor Neely, the show.
Goodbye.